Did you guys know wherever the delegates were?
Maybe you can start.
No, I think both of you can answer this.
Yeah, both of them can answer this.
So we say ladies first.
Yes.
Above all, above everything, we are Africans.
Yeah.
So we came at 2 p.m. but African time. Yes, and we were with half of the delegates and came out with half of the delegates, and we delivered them at 2 p.m. African
So
time.
still with that, you were with half of the delegates. Were you supposed to be with delegates, being the candidates?
Yes, so we are talking to them and asking them to vote for us.
No, remember, the campaign period had already ended.
We were not campaigning. Yeah, we were not. We were just confirming.
Confirmation of your votes.
Yes.
So, chai kidogo?
We don't.
Many thanks for joining us on Chris TV 254 Punchline. I'm your host, Crescent Oma, and today we are honored to host the 8th president of Multimedia University. He goes by the name Hilary Ayo, and his deputy, of course, Sharon Omboro. Of course, in this Punchline, we have already taken off our punching gloves, and of course, I'm not alone. I'm being helped by my co-host, who is at my far right. Maybe she can just introduce herself and let things roll.
My name is Sarah Abigail, and welcome to this interview. Okay, so my first question goes, of course, to the president, the boss, and it's a very simple question. And since you were just recently elected, what measures are you undertaking as you begin serving university students?
Thank you. And at the moment,
Yes.
we are trying to pick from where the other union left. So we are finding out what projects they were undertaking, the budgets that were allocated, and nothing was done.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing at the moment.
Okay. All right.
I was there in the student center during the election of MOOCs officials that day, and during the vote counting before the declaration of winners, at a point, your competitor, Githuku Kiama, found himself punching the air and rejoicing before the results were declared. So at that point, what was going through your mind? Because had you already known that he's just punching the air, though yet we have won, or he's truly punching the air knowing that he has won and we have lost this thing? What was in your mind at that point?
I was seeing my agent count, and I knew in no situation we could have won. So I was calm. Yes.
I experienced that calmness, though at a point you are scared, which happens to any candidate during vote counting and before the declaration of winners, because it was tight and the difference came to be only 3. So, Omburu, rejuvenation, enjoyment, being carried up and down, dances, leaving the STC. How was that moment?
My God. I was feeling like we have really fought for this thing for not, I can't say 3 months, because we started last year, and finally whatever we have been wanting, God has granted it to us. I was feeling so nice, I won't lie.
All right. So my first question to you now, Hilary. I think you guys deal with sanitation, security, and when we had the presidential debate, at that point, we had 3 of you. You, the former President Sheldon Washa, and Githuku Kiama, and you said that in terms of security in the hostels, you'll provide the antigens. So how far have you gone with this idea, even though you are just new in the presidential office?
On that issue, you're aware, next semester, most of the students are going on a break. So from September, we'll do a sensitization. Yes. And we'll also provide a company or anyone that can supply students with the antigens. Yes.
So it is in process?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Do you think your government will accommodate all the needs of the comrades, and how? This can be answered by the both of you.
It will definitely cater for all the comrades because we did not put ourselves here.
Mm-hmm.
Those comrades are the ones who vouched for us, whether delegates or the general mass. They're the ones who vouched for Team Shayo, and they put us here to deliver to them.
Okay.
So we will cater for each and every comrade, whether you are for Team Shayo, Team Kiama, Team Washa. We will cater for each and every one of them.
Okay. Are you?
The projects we are focusing on, you can't say they'll benefit a selective group of students. So we have all comrades in mind.
Okay.
So, Hillary, during your swearing in, I was also there, so I follow all these events closely. There were, when the former president, this Sheldon Washer, was reading his farewell speech, people couldn't pay him attention. All the time they were booing him, they were chanting the name Shayo, which means Hillary Sharon combined, which is Sharon Ayo, Shayo in short, right? Do you think with that booing showed that maybe the former president, who is Sheldon Washer, was Kiama's project? Or maybe to put it the other way around, Kiama was the project of Sheldon Washer?
I can say the crowd was excited, and I can't deny Kiama being Washa's project, but I think the booing was as a result of his workmanship. Yes.
So maybe back to you again with this. You have worked with Sheldon Washer, right? You are the Speaker of the Congress. Maybe what are some of the achievements you can say he did? You know, this is a point you be honest and say, oh, okay, he did this, he performed this, he left this, I'll embrace this from his government. What are some of the good things maybe you have seen from the former government, which was led by Sheldon Washer, that you can emulate? Maybe some of things that he left that you may go ahead and implement.
The project that he did, one was the MUXA offices.
Yeah.
And what else?
Security lights.
Oh yeah, security lights.
We saw the basketball court. During the interview, he said he has not finished the security light project. So I don't know if it is in one of your plans.
Actually, the security light project was a partnership between the school and MUXA. So phase 2 will be done by the school, not MUXA. Yes. So phase 2 will be there, but we don't know the time. Yes.
So he had said that maybe when he comes to the office, before he stepped down, he was he had an agenda of changing the constitution. Is that in your mind, or you trash it?
I think we'll do away with it.
So you follow your agenda?
Yes.
All
we'll
right.
do away with it. Yes.
Okay. It's fine.
Yes.
Okay. You guys, of course, you have the opposition government, that is Kiama's government, because it was your close competitor. Have you at one point talked to your former competitor, Kiama Gizuku? After the elections, after you won the elections? And do you think you're going to accommodate maybe the things that you would want to,
Maybe we'll accommodate him in the sense that he's a comrade, so he'll benefit. Yes.
Yeah, that is also accommodation.
Yeah.
That is also accommodation.
So if at all the antigen project, he'll be accommodated if he has a room.
For sure he has a room there.
So if we happen to have the pay bill mess, atatumia. Yeah.
Back to you, Mama wa chuo kikuu. There was, in general, we've seen very comrades going to the kiosk to eat, place commonly known Bankla, kwa Made. At Made's place, they call the person Made. I don't know if you know the mother there.
Yes.
And maybe what is making our students go there yet to have a mess here? Is the food in mess not in good condition, or is the food in mess not a quality food, or is the food in mess not affordable? What's the reason as to why students, most, not all of them, most students leave mess to go and eat at mother's place?
First of all, a slum.
Mhm.
So definitely it will be way cheaper
Mhm.
than what we are offered here at school. And then another reason I think people will go to eat there is because saa zingine umechoka kukula chapo na beans. You want to try something different. Where is the nearest place you will try something different?
Commander.
Yes.
All right. So back to you, Hillary. During the presidential debate once again, Sheldon Washa, you and Gituku Kiama said there will be no handshake if either of you or any one of you wins it. So do you still go with the same mentality that you don't need any handshake from Gituku Kiama? He stays in the opposition to push on the wall so that you deliver, which is a dream for every comrade in Multimedia University? Or are you welcoming him and some of his agendas so that you work together for the peace of Multimedia University?
Sasa if we handshake, nani atabaki opposition? We also need the opposition to keep in check. So I think he's safe there. Yes.
So still with the handshake issue and the issue of opposition, we've seen in the current government there is a strong opposition which is led by Raila Odinga, the Azimio leader, and we saw the current deputy president Rigathi Gachagua lamenting that because of those demonstrations, the country lost around approximately 2 billion Kenyan shillings. So do you think if Kiama continues to be strong opposition leader, we shall see our university also maybe going to a loss at a point?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Baba, it's a different story altogether. But I don't think he's that aggressive. Yeah.
And even if he is aggressive, we will have delivered, so there will be nothing to oppose.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'll go back to Omburo, still on the issue of students going to eat at mother's place. Okay, why the food, you've said like they want to eat at mother's place because they want to try something different. Whatever they are taking there, can't it be delivered or offered at the school?
I think I will do a follow-up on that. I will inquire. I will do a research and understand why they prefer going there and not our school mess. And then I will give you a comprehensive answer.
Okay.
Maybe on that, the previous government, the outgoing, there was a plan to what was it supposed to? They were to rebuild the whole Chafua area in a bid to reduce the comrades going to Bangla, such that we may also accommodate them if there's space there. I think that's one of the projects we can follow up on as the incoming. Yeah.
So I think that will be applicable. Maybe it will be realistic if the food price is lowered, right? And we've seen the economy we have some issues with the economy. Do you think those guys there will accept to lower the food prices?
The past interview, I was advocating for students taking their meals from the mess. From mess, the food is a bit subsidized.
Yeah.
So if they compete fairly, I feel most students will prefer mess. So they'll have to lower their food prices.
Yeah.
That's the only remedy.
Okay, I got you. And during the presidential debate once again, you guys said you're brothers and politics cannot divide you. And you agreed to have a cup of coffee or tea together, of which you were also to invite me with the by then co-host who was Marion Jackson. So how far is this plan, the coffee issue? Have you already come together, or has the idea already gone?
We are yet to have coffee. We are still planning.
The three of you, or you and Kiama?
I think we will just have to invite you since you remember.
My memory is good. I do remember. So hope now because we're doing this, you'll welcome me and Sarah Abigail.
Sure, we'll be grateful. Okay, you talked about implementing the new fee policy. How soon will it be effective?
We will have to write a proposal to the administration so that a committee is constituted to look into the matter. Yes, the earliest we are meeting the PVC, who's the acting VC, is next week Monday.
Okay.
So as of now, I have nothing concrete on that issue. Yes.
So this question goes to both of you. I remember when I was asked you about the delegate system of voting, MOOCs officials, is say sometimes delegates voting the candidates whom the comrades don't want, right? And I asked you, in case you will win the elections as the president, will you say that you are not what the comrades wanted? You are not the president the comrades wanted. And I remember you remained laughing and you never answered that. So I repeat the question. At this point, you have been elected as the president of Multimedia University of Kenya by the delegate system. So do you think you are not what the comrades or the Multimedia University students wanted?
In this case, maybe our candidature can be the exception. We were loved both by the comrades and the masses. Yes.
So, Sharon?
Yeah, I agree. We were the people's choice. Yeah.
All right. So maybe with you again, Hilary, your government is new, and very many students are saying we have voted in the new government. What remains is to watch and see what next. Maybe in the next 90 days, what are you giving priority to start with?
We have the gazebo project, sanitation at the hostels, the pay bill issue. Those are our priorities, and the fee payment policy is on the priorities zetu.
All right. Yes. So fee policy, gazebo, and sanitation.
Yes.
Of course, they have listened and have urged you say that. So after 90 days, they'll be asking, has that happened? Have they delivered? I'm a bad. All right.
Maybe a question that I can ask. During the release of your results, the declaration of the presidential and the deputy presidential results, as Chris has said, we saw Kiama and of course is following, celebrating at some point, and later on after, you guys are officially declared the winners, we have this issue of spoiled votes. Maybe you can tell us what happened.
Delegates are 63, so we expect 63 votes.
Sure.
I can say the mistake that was done was by the commission. They put both the presidential ballot papers and the treasury color green. So 3 of the presidential ballots were put into the treasury and 3 of the treasury were put into the presidential. So the total votes that were counted were 60.
60.
Yes. Which in turn we got 31 and Team Kiama got 29.
But there were rumors that the 3 spoiled votes were ticked Kiama.
Those are rumors.
Rumors. So that's why I wanted you to confirm.
Maybe what's the definition of a spoiled vote? A vote that cannot be admissible.
Sure.
Yeah,
Even if
sure.
they have voted for the other person, it
Either
remains
way,
spoiled.
in this case, we say they were counted. We will still have bet him.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
It's no.
You answered my
Now,
next
still that
question.
day, the elections were supposed to start at exactly 2 p.m. By 4 p.m., nobody, no presidential candidate, no other candidate, no delegates in the polling station. And the dean of studies, the dean of students started calling Kiama. You are called, right? Also, Gituku Kiama was called. Where are you guys? The delegates are nowhere to be seen. So, were you knowing wherever the delegates were? Because after some few minutes to 5, just few minutes to 5, they all came together at the same time. So it was like, did you guys know wherever the delegates were?
Maybe my deputy can start.
No, I think both of you can answer this.
Yeah, both of them can answer this.
So we say ladies first.
Yes.
Above all, above everything, we are Africans.
Yeah.
So we came at 2 p.m. but African time. Yes, and we were with half of the delegates and came out with half of the delegates, and we delivered them at 2 p.m. African
So
time.
still with that, you were with half of the delegates. Were you supposed to be with delegates, being the candidates?
Yes, so we are talking to them and asking them to vote for us.
No, remember, the campaign period had already ended.
We were not campaigning. Yeah, we were not. We were just confirming.
Family.
Confirmation of your votes.
Yes.
So, chai kidogo?
We don't subscribe to voter bribery. Those people voted for us because they believed in us. Yes.
All right. So you won because you had a majority of them.
Yes.
Kiama. Not Kiama.
On that day, what do I say? Maybe we had the delegates, but voting was to end at what time?
It was supposed to start at 2.
2.
We were not told at the time it was supposed
So
to end, because the memo was like they should be seated at 1:45.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, that's the memo. But if we look at it constitutionally, there is no timeline for voting.
So you
So
follow the constitution.
wangekuja hata saa 7 usiku, they would have
After all, you
voted.
knew voting could not be done without them.
Yes.
Sure.
So you were with them. Unaweza tuambia wapi?
Then some
I'm saying.
You just know they were at a very safe place,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just relaxing.
They were gold.
Yes.
So mmerudi kuwashukuru?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
There is a phrase we normally say, and we mean it. Loyalty is rewarded
Sure.
in installments. And after the installments zimeisha, loyalty kama bado iko, loyalty inakuwa serviced. So we will continue saying thank you till we finish our term.
All right. And that thank you should also be expressed to the comrades by you guys delivering, right? So, Hillary, we've seen in the national politics, in the former regime, President Uhuru Kenyatta having conflicts with his deputy, the current president, who is President William Ruto. So in case you have a conflict with your deputy, in case that happens, in case that happens, how will you solve the situation? Will it be the President Uhuru Ruto way to split throughout?
I think we have proper conflict management mechanisms within MUXA. We have the patron, who's the dean. We have the legal officer. So there's no way a conflict can escalate to that extent. Yes.
So,
and I don't foresee a situation kama hii.
Mama wa chuo kikuu?
Like I said during my debate, my boss is my political best friend, and kwa urafiki watu uko sana, but haimaanishi nikikosana na best friend yangu tuna make it, go out there, and tunaweza kuwa tuna conflict, just a small misunderstanding, na tutakaa chini na tuelewane.
You go in your political bedroom.
Yes, and
solve from there.
tunasolve.
That's nice.
Okay, this question goes to Ayo. Okay, there's a 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. visitation policy, of course, in the executive hostels, that is Nyati and Twiga. Unlike the 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. in blocks, do you have any way of helping the students about the executive hostels restrictions?
It's very hard to enforce that rule.
Right.
The student handbook is clear. It's 10 to 10. So any student can access Twiga or Nyati between 10 to 10. I know the guards there will threaten you and all that, but the case is not punishable by the disciplinary committee. So students access the executive hostels between 10 to 10.
I think
It's just
maybe
you can. Yes.
I think you stay in the executive hostel, right? I do stay there too, and I think it's not 10 to 10. It's 1 p.m.
Yes.
to 10.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe is there any way you can help some comrades, because you may get somebody wants to finish up his assignments maybe or something, he wants to pick from the executive during morning or mid-morning hours, but he or she is restricted. Maybe as you are coming in as the president, is there anything you have thought of?
Maybe we liaise with the security, the outsourced security, since whoever imposed that rule, I don't know the intentions, and we didn't sign up for 1 to 10. It's 10 to 10.
10 to 10.
It will be insane for you to be brought to the disciplinary committee or for coming to trigger at 11 a.m. Yes, it can't be punished. You can't punish a student for accessing the executive before 1.
All right. Though the soldiers, they are very tough, and you stay there, you know, whatever happens. Ama kwa sababu ni rais kidogo, wacha wake wapite, wacha rafiki zake wapite kidogo. Go. Okay, so away from that, Multimedia University of Kenya is well known within the country, within the region, all over the globe for being a good university when it comes to media, right? And we have good TV studio. We have equipment. We have talents. When we talk of talents, the students in the school, they have talents, they're talented. Why is it that maybe there has the issue of a television going live has remained to be a dream that is not being actualized? Maybe do you have any way of pushing the administration to ensure that TV goes live just like the radio?
Maybe we can work with it was not part of our agenda, but it's a good idea. I think it can be implemented through your faculty representative. If he comes up with such a proposal, we can back him fully. Yes.
So Sharon, you have been the chairperson for Journalism Club, right?
Yes.
Of course, you know how talented people are, and the club has been dormant, right, at a point. How are you going to improve this?
I can say the club went dormant because most of the leaders ventured into student leadership posts. Mitunda, myself, Jackie Kate. So there was no one. We shifted our focus to our races, and I can say slightly forgot about the club. But now that we are already in power, I am working hand in hand with our faculty representative and the academic secretary to ensure that clubs in each and every faculty have been empowered. And in my faculty where I come from, Faculty of Media and Communication, we are empowering Journalism Club and MMU 3C. Yes.
So Kiama, maybe we are just finalizing. Oh. There is a name. So Hilary, maybe we're just finalizing. Being a president of such a great and big institution builds a firm foundation for your future political life. Maybe where have you thought of going into national politics? And if yes, where do you see yourself in 5 years politically?
You know, the post I'm currently holding comes with a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe I'll decide when I get there, but as we speak, I'll focus on comrades. Yes.
So it's something that you haven't.
I'll think about it once my term
All right.
Yes.
So Sharon, of course, very many people within the university love you, and that also builds confidence and courage to go for higher posts, political posts, and for national politics. Is this in your mind? As a former governor.
I remember during the deputy presidential debate, you
Mhm.
asked me the similar question,
Yeah.
and I said that I will support Rhoda Mbatiani for
Mhm.
her bid to be women rep
Mhm.
Bungoma County.
Yeah.
I still stick to that.
Mhm.
Maybe after 10 years, perhaps, if I still have the same energy, maybe I might go for women representative after 10 years.
All right.
Not late.
So we continue to wish you the best.
Yes.
Just mentioning of Rhoda Mbatiani, you guys agreed, Rhoda, Florence, and you to have a cup of coffee. Has that been actualized? I'm a bad. It can also be a way of consoling Rhoda.
Losing elections is not easy.
Mhm.
So I have given them time to first heal,
Mhm.
and then we can have our coffee maybe next semester or around June.
Mhm.
Yeah, hakuna haraka, chai ikimbi.
What's the motto? Hillary, I brought you to this platform or to this point, this punchline, as a way of maybe getting a chance to say thank you to all the comrades who trusted in different delegates who gave you this presidential seat and who gave Sharon this deputy presidential seat. Maybe in few minutes, can you just look at that camera and maybe say thank you to them?
And I'll take this chance to sincerely thank the entire comrades fraternity for supporting me, for believing in us. And I know during that period it was challenging, and but they stood with us. Thank you so much.
So to that a person who is watching you and maybe who wants to get into political world, what inspiring words can you tell the person?
It's not easy.
Mhm.
you look for money.
Money.
Despite all, I think just invest in people.
Mhm.
You know, it will matter.
Alright.
Yes.
So-
So how you relate to comrades,
Mhm.
you know, matter.
Sharon, a congratulatory word?
Thank you
An
to
appreciative
everyone.
word.
Thank you to everyone who stood by us, our committee, and the entire student fraternity. We really appreciate your support. Hatungekuwa hapa kama sio nyinyi. And to anyone who aspires to go for any seat in this institution, if you believe in yourself, then you have gotten it. You just have to believe in yourself.
All right. So maybe before I wrap up, Sabi, do you have anything to say today?
I just wish them all the best,
Mhm.
and we're watching, and I know they're going to deliver. Yeah.
All right. So personally, and also on behalf of the entire Chris TV 254 crew, I take this chance to congratulate you. It wasn't that easy. You know, that is how politics are. They are the tough times you go through, the stressful moment, especially when you hear your opponent's name being chanted at a different time during the campaign period. So it happens. So I take this chance to congratulate you guys, and I wish you the very best. Of course, people are watching to see will you deliver, and it is always good to leave a legacy, right? So Shalon Washa did his best. All he could, he delivered, and now the eyes are on you. Of course, you have to go extra higher and go extra mile to do much even better than whatever he did, so that you leave a good legacy whereby your name can remain echoing in every corner of Multimedia University. So I wish you the very best in the 2023-2024 regime. Of course, I know you are forming your executive, and that one will be doing it at your own times. So I wish you the very best, and to our viewer who has been been watching this Chris TV 254 Punchline, whereby we had the 8th president of the Multimedia University of Kenya, who is Hillary Ayo, together with his deputy Sharon Omburo. It has been actually much. I give you much gratitude for staying with us since we began to this point. And of course, we are wrapping up things, and maybe until next time. But from us here, it's just goodbye.
Goodbye.